Let's move on and speak about the next match tomorrow night against Doncaster Rovers in the first EFL Trophy group match. We'll publish the squad later today, but briefly and for confirmation purposes, who's going to be involved and who's not?
Well, it'll be pretty much the same squad as Saturday. There's just Ollie Clough won't make it. He got a nasty gash on his ankle on Saturday. Had to have 5 stitches after the game, which makes him a doubt for Saturday as well. And the only other 3 that won't be involved are Lewis Reed, Davis Keller-Dunn and Lewis Akins, who have played, I think, pretty much every minute of every game almost that we've had so far this season. And they need a break and a breather ready for Saturday, but everybody else will be involved, along with George Cooper will come into the squad, and the 3 of the under-19s with Darian, McKeel and Finn.
You say Ollie Clough's a doubt for the trip to Notts County on Saturday. How would you rate his chances of being involved?
It all depends how it settles down. When you've got a sort of gash that size, to get 5 stitches, it's not a little nick. So it's how it settles down and his pain sort of tolerance leading up to the weekend.
Back to the trophy game tomorrow. What do you want to see from your team? And what do you want to gain from the performance?
Well, I think it's a good timing of the game because Callum Johnson, George Williams, Callum McDonald, Hiram Boateng, all these sort of people need games, and then we'll sprinkle it with obviously the first team squad as well. So it's ideal timing to get them some minutes under the belt because you never know when we're going to need them. But also I want us to continue playing whichever team we put out in the same vein as we have done this season.
How important is it for the other players who you rest to do just that, rest this week, along with the training schedule?
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing. And it's the risk of injury as well as the rest. And yes, you can get injured in training, but I think over 90% of our injuries this season have occurred in games. So training has not been the problem. So I don't think there's much point in Lewis Reed and Davis Keller-Dunn. Davis looked tired on Saturday, I thought. A couple of his decisions, physically and mentally, looked a bit tired, but he's done so well for us so far this season. It's an awful lot to ask to keep doing it week in, week out, and he does play the full games most of the time as well. So I think him, as much as anybody, needs a rest.